Hi everyone, and welcome to the Mat 211 Systems of Linear Equations review. My name is Julia, and I work for the tutoring centers at ASU. So for our example problem, we are going to be looking at this guy here. Suppose a breakfast diner makes 2 dishes. Dish A requires 3 eggs and 2 slices of bacon. Dish B requires 5 eggs and 3 slices of bacon. The diner only has 130 eggs and 80 slices of bacon on hand, but needs to use up all of each by the end of the night. How many of dish A should the diner sell? How many of dish B? So, the first thing we want to do is set up a system of equations for the word problem. So we have here, the first thing we want to think about is what are our variables? Well, we have dish A and dish B, and we want to know how many of each we should make. So these should be our variables. So we'll call dish A, just for shorthand, we'll call this A. And we'll call dish B, B. Now, let's first think about our eggs. We know that we only have 130 eggs total. And we know that dish A requires 3 eggs and dish B requires 5 eggs. So we want to set up an equation that says the number of eggs for the number of A dishes plus the number of eggs for the number of B dishes equals 130 eggs. So the way we're going to write this is 3A for dish A because we require 3 eggs plus 5B for 5 eggs for dish B equals 130 eggs. And that is a 5. Now for our bacon, we also wanted to do a separate equation. So now we know that dish A requires 2 slices of bacon and dish B requires 3 slices of bacon. So we're going to do the same thing, similar reasoning here, is we're going to say that dish A, we have 2 times the number of dish A's here, and plus 3 times the number of dish B's equals 80 slices of bacon. So now we have a system of equations, and we can solve this kind of with any method, using substitution or elimination. I think we're going to go ahead and use substitution here. So let's solve for A in our first equation. So if we have 3A plus 5B equals 130, then we could subtract our 5B over, giving us 3A equals 130 minus 5B. And then we'll just divide out that 3. So that would be 3 divided by 3 on this side. That gives us A equals 130 minus 5B over 3. Okay? Now we can take this definition for A and we can plug it into our second equation. So we have 2A plus 3B equals 80. And then we're going to say, instead of using A here, we're going to plug in our A that we have here. So that gives us 2 times 130 minus 5B over 3. All of that in parentheses there. Plus 3B equals 80. So now we can simplify this. Since this only has B's in it now, we can solve for B. So first let's do a little distribution here. We know that we have 2. We're going to just distribute this 3. So 2 times 130 over 3 minus 5B over 3 plus 3B equals 8. And then we have, let's see, we have, nope, 260. So if we distribute this 2 next, so that'd be 260, 2 times 130 over 3 minus 10. So 2 times 5b here, 10b over 3 plus 3b equals 80. Now let's get rid of these 3's in the denominators here. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3. So that way we can not be dealing with fractions here. And so that's going to give us on this side 260 minus 10b, it's a b, plus 9b equals 240. And we are going to run out of room here, so I'm going to erase this. And we'll just move on up to this side. So now, if we keep going with this, bring this guy up here. We've got, so we can simplify this first. We can add these guys together. So that would be 260 minus b, is negative 10 plus 9, equals 240. So then we can subtract this 260 from both sides. Minus 260 minus 260. That gives us negative b equals negative 20. Okay. And then if we just times both sides by negative 1, that gives us b equals 20. So we know that we want to sell 20 of dish B. So now, in order to solve for how many of dish A we should solve, we can just plug this B into either one of our equations. So let's plug it into the first one. We'll do this over here. So we have 3A plus 5B, but we know that B is 20, so we're going to say 5 times 20 equals 130. Well, then we know that this equals 100, so we have 3A plus 100 equals 130. If we subtract that 100 from both sides, that gives us 3A equals 30. And then we just divide our 3 here, and that gives us, over here, A equals 10. So our solution is going to be that we want to sell 10 of dish A and 20 of dish B. So let me clear this. Before I go, I just want to remind you that if you are looking for any additional tutoring or academic support services at ASU, please visit the Tutoring Center at tutoring.asu.edu. Now, if you go to this link, it'll take you directly to a tutor search function, which you can also find right at the main page, which will allow you to find tutoring services for your particular course. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.